Okay, it's Wednesday, March 29th, 2023. It's 4 o'clock. We're going to start the Town of Sangerville Select Board meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 2, approval of the minutes, Select Board meeting 3/15/23.
That's what I was
Make a
looking to
motion
keep us
to
straight.
approve.
You two were here for that.
Okay.
Alright, make a motion, go ahead, sorry.
Make a motion to approve. A, correct?
Second.
In favor? We're both in favor. B, Select Board meeting 3/20/2023.
Make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor? It's unanimous. Review of treasurer's warrants, payroll 25/27, accounts payable 24 and 26.
Alright, make a motion to approve A and B is read.
Second.
All in favor? It's unanimous. Open session, we have no guests. Old business, town hall building. No updates there other than
No, the person that was interested is no longer.
we don't have an offer.
No offer.
Review of the town warrant.
I actually did pull some numbers too, just to see a mill rate with the budget that we've got. A rough estimate.
And this is, am I the only one with one of these?
I only made one.
Okay.
Just
So right now, we're looking at an 18.8, call it 19. Now, are we pulling anything from reserves with this right
Well,
now?
Here is
Or
our,
the general, I guess.
yeah, I mean, this is what our general was at the end of the year, so I mean, we could,
But, no, this
Yeah.
number doesn't reflect.
Doesn't-
it does not reflect,
Okay.
no, it doesn't reflect pulling from the general. That's just as is with no
No.
general, yeah.
Is this has the Betty been adjusted?
That right now, when I talk to Josh, this is just rough, so it's gonna change. He'll know a little bit more in about a week or two. new
So the
numbers.
Betty could go down.
Right,
I
right,
think 19 is a good number if we're thinking,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right. So you guys wanna look at that, go ahead, but that's.
No, you read it,
Okay.
not for me. I'm good with it.
Here, I'll
So
go.
the-
That was, did you hear that, Mike? It was, mill one. That's what was
Oh,
up.
yeah, did you see that?
That was the number.
Okay,
Yeah.
Numbers that you?
Yeah, just, you can put in different, see what you want to.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm behind, really quick. Did we do anything extra for paving? Where did we leave that at?
we haven't, right, that's what we're here for.
Okay.
We did
Okay,
not.
so I did get, a quote back from, who's the one Hopkins that we used last year to go from Anderson Road to Brockway. It's about the same distance what they did. And it's the same amount, 225. Last year it was 225, they quoted us, but we ended up paying 205. And they are gonna address the, transition from that Friday to Monday from last year. So that's,
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
And,
yeah, so
and
that's
do we
what-
have a number from C&W to prep that same,
Chris is getting it, he hasn't gotten it to me yet, but we talked the other day, yeah, and that's what I need is his, but it doesn't need as much prep work, and but I'm not sure, he's getting the numbers though.
No, if I remember right, he was only talking about doing from Blockler's down to Gogan's, as far as lifting that, to get that out of that road. I don't think there was any other,
No, you're right.
I think it was just that one section.
Right, that one section, the rest doesn't have to, so it's not as extreme as last year.
Any culvert work?
Yes, he's got it, yeah, and we have the culverts, so the culverts were already, we ordered all, and those were already taken care of, so he's gonna,
Yeah, and even the rest of them, we gotta get him to get some fill into those. We're getting,
yeah, I
that
know, I
first
drove.
one, I just hit
Yeah,
that
I drove
one.
on, I put some bump signs out today, I drove on it, and so I'll be calling him. And he's got those culverts as well for those two. the beginning.
I would have seen later, cause it's never bothered, but this year, after you went by, almost before my daughter's house, she's right there when you get down the hill on the left, it was almost like a new culvert that's never bothered, but this winter, that was a wham.
Is that the?
It's like almost in the hill, or as you're coming down that hill, it's after that, the house, well, the old Molten place,
Yeah.
it's like after the barn. Something was, I don't know if it's the culvert or what it was, honestly, I've gotta go look at that, but there was, right at the end of the spring, that was a wicked bad yes man. I just, whatever it is, I'd like, just wanna make sure Chris remembers to look at it,
Okay,
just as part of the overall, so we know it's for the whole road. It's nothing to do with that end, obviously, but.
and I did get approached by B&B, but they haven't sent me a quote because they're doing the Dexter and the Golf Road. And it's 3/4 of a mile and asked about if we'd be interested in doing our section. I said, well, send me a quote, and I haven't received one, and that was,
Yeah, and we, have you looked at the number of culverts over there?
2.
2?
The road's gonna be gone next year. It's
Oh, I know, we've ridden it on bikes.
alligated bad.
Yeah, no, it's, I support doing it, it's just,
I
you
just
gotta have a
question whether or
plan.
not it doesn't need more than just paving.
It may, no, it definitely does, but
It's already paved though, correct? It's
Yeah.
not.
in theory.
Right
Yeah.
before the corner, it needs something.
Yeah.
Rebuild it.
You ever rode on it?
No, I've never been down there.
Yeah, take a ride.
You gotta take me in your ride.
It's paved road, you can take care of it.
I'm surprised we own that much. I didn't think there was 3/4 of a mile.
I know. Actually, when you drive it, it seems longer.
Seems
Maybe it's
longer.
because you go ahead and so slow, but.
So,
But it's 3/4 of a mile.
when you get to the 90, is that where we start, or do we,
Right on the corner, right at the corner.
right at the 90? So, the little stream that crosses, that's Dexter's. They own that
They own that.
kind of a bridge culvert, it's a big
Yeah.
culvert, okay. And so then you go towards Parkman, we own a 3/4 of a mile towards Parkman.
To the
Park.
back and turn around. Long turn around, yeah.
So getting to the 90, none of that is ours,
Nope.
because we have, that's our tax cards, so what do we own, the land adjacent to the road?
Correct.
But I'm just, is it, we're not like a line road scenario where,
No, right at the culvert.
because remember that we had that lot that was tax acquired, it was. before
Right, but that was about 100 yards off the road.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the old
Oh, I
standard?
mean, but it was at the road.
Yes, but it doesn't mean the road wasn't in Dexter. That brown house on the corner, the house is in
Yeah, I
Dexter,
know that
the
one.
shed behind it is in Sangerville.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the old Stabbed pits that are down there, that's the line. Go down that road, half, quarter mile.
But, so I'm just waiting, because it would be nice while the
Oh,
trucks
good.
are there to do it, but I don't have a quote yet.
Well, I think the 3/4 of a mile, you're gonna flip a coin, you're either gonna fix that one or Silver's Mills.
I know. that's the
Ain't no
problem.
way you're gonna do both, because 3/4 of a mile is gonna be damn near the
That's
quote you just
all-
got,
Yeah, that's
or more.
yeah, that's a distance.
Well, this too, that quote, the 225 is the HD.
Which is more, correct?
More, right, it was last year, if we'd done the regular 2-inch, it would have been, I think, 125. So,
Do all the paving companies do HD or just Kite or whatever?
no, like Hopkins.
Hopkins.
I know
Well, any of
Hopkins
them
did-
will,
Oh,
it's just a matter of what you order,
I see.
it's no different than
Any
anything
other
else.
computer.
Yeah. They just roll effective.
Okay.
And the stone's a little bigger, so.
I forget. All right, well.
We haven't done any prep over there.
Right.
That's, I mean, Dexter's, whatever they've done, they've done. We haven't done anything.
No.
We haven't ditched, we haven't put in the 2 culverts, we
No.
haven't done anything. So I think
Yeah.
I think
before going.
just because it seems convenient, it doesn't really fit into our plan.
Had we known last year that was a plan, we could have maybe,
Well, no, and maybe we
Yeah.
could address it,
Right.
maybe we wanna do it, but right now, I don't think
Yeah.
we're ready to say yes or no.
Right.
Chris did say it would, there is a lot of work that needs to be done prior to.
Well, then,
Yeah,
then
so,
that's,
That's the impression I
Yeah.
get from riding it on a
Yeah.
bicycle.
Sure.
yeah,
It's not just
No, that's
You know,
not
just
paved.
slap an inch and a half
Yeah.
and you're good.
Needs ditching and a lot of stuff.
So that's probably another comparable to what we did on Silver Mills already.
I don't know that, I don't know if it, like, I don't know that we'd elevate it, but, it's just, it's really old road, it's just beat to pieces.
No, but either way, I think you're gonna have to add gravel or something to it.
Yeah, no, it needs
Smooth
work.
up.
We probably would reclaim it if Chris says it's worth doing. That's enough. 3/4 of a mile is a pretty good project.
That is.
It just, Parkman Inn isn't great either. I don't know if Parkman's gonna do anything over there,
No, he just said Dexter, so.
but, yeah. So it's not like we're
Yeah.
gonna really totally stick out.
No.
I do think, when we rode over, I think Dexter did culverts last year.
They were
Yeah.
working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did a fair amount of
But
prep
then
work.
they stopped, they didn't do any, they didn't finish.
Well, they just went to the corner, that's where they end.
Yes.
So. Also, we need to finish the job on the French's Mills Road. Do we have a number for that? Not the crack sealant.
Oh, the
Hot
middle,
fills.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did give me a number last year, I can't remember, it was by ton, and how many tons get put down, or,
Can't remember what it
yeah.
was.
But it wasn't that, it wouldn't be that expensive.
It wasn't that much.
Right, but we need a number, we need it
Right.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, right now,
We
the
wanna
only thing
do
we
it.
got in there is 150 for paving. We don't have anything for anything.
Correct. We don't even have Chris's prep in there.
No,
And we're at 19.
correct.
So, if
A
we're
lot
gonna
of times,
pave,
too,
it's
I
two
can,
and a quarter roughly. Chris's prep is at least, what did Chris?
Yeah, Chris's prep, and a lot of times I put under, though, the contractor, where we got a line for 45. Let's see what page.
Workers' comp.
I'll tell you. It would be line 133. Actually, I got it at 48.
Oh. And was that just a place-saving number at this point, or did you have it earmarked or something, that 48?
That's what I usually use with that,
Oh.
when Chris is doing the work.
Yeah, so 48 represents 48
And-
worth of work between Brockway and Anderson.
Anderson.
And we
yeah.
used
But is that-
46.
And some of
We
that's
used
also for
46
when
as-
he does some other work as well for us, so
Right,
it's
but
not
is
just, yeah.
that actually just him, or is that like for all that material that we bought to lift the road? Did that all go into that same bucket?
That's
Or did
just
that go somewhere
hired
else?
That went
contractor.
somewhere else, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
just-
so that's just,
that's
That's
just
what I wanna
labor.
make sure.
That's
Yeah.
labor,
yeah.
and we paid him 47 last year,
Yeah.
so 48.
Well, then that seems like a reasonable amount to
I
get
think so.
the
Right.
prep
I
done.
think so.
I'm just looking for the material from last year.
And then, well, you still got,
Gravel.
well, so you get some gravel, I got at 12,000.
So does the gravel from last year, is that raising the level, where is that material number?
Some of that went into actually the paving number because
Oh,
it was
okay.
part of the process.
Paving.
Yeah. It was like, I think it was between the gravel and all that stuff, it was like 70,000. But a lot of it went to building it up.
Yeah, yeah. Where's that, what line number is that?
It's down to 159,
I'll show you.
What did you say, 151?
59.
Oh, 150, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So then we probably have the labor built in, it's,
The labor looks okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think
But a
we-
paving number's at 150, that needs to be 225, so we're 75 short there. And then whatever number you
Well,
want.
actually, we've got, we still have the 25, almost 30 from what was left over last year, so, in the general. So we have that as well, that we don't have to raise.
Right, but I'm just saying right now,
Yeah.
as far as the one,
Yeah,
we're at
right.
150, this needs to be 225.
Right,
And then you still need, between French's Mills doing that and material for Silver's Mills, that's gotta be at least another 50, isn't it?
You'll certainly spend it.
I mean, I don't think it's far, I mean,
You'll utilize it. If you're
so that's
willing to
another
go
100,
50.
another 125,000. And you said there's 30 that we can pull?
Yeah.
Is it 30?
It was-
27, with 26.9.
It's 26.9,
Okay.
right, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what if we pull that and then pull 100? Would that work?
With that, you're gonna have a mill rate
Yeah,
probably
it's
north of
gonna
19.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do,
No, I mean, pull it out,
Of general.
pull it out of general.
right,
Tax.
with what you're pulling out, you're putting into pavement. You're gonna be able to hold that number. You're gonna be able to
This
hold that
number to
number.
where that is.
Yeah, you'll be able to stay at 19.
If, yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, thereabouts. Betty's gonna move.
Yeah.
Now, if you
few
wanna
of the
pull
numbers are gonna
more,
change a
that's
little
to
bit.
get the mill rate down, that's, I was just trying to come up with a number, what we needed for material and for pavement.
Yep, I agree. I think
And
the
then if we
number's a
wanna
good number.
pull, if we wanna pull more to get the mill rate down, that's another conversation.
And I would pull that amount.
Out of general.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, that's 35 of that is money we were gonna spend last year.
Right.
Yes.
So that's consistent. And,
So so on the town warrant, that would be Article 1, Article,
So we just combine it, we're gonna pull 126, 9, 303, 67, basically.
Article 26 is where it would be.
Okay.
That's where
Okay, yeah. So that's where we need to put that number.
Yeah.
We're gonna call.
And what was that number gonna be?
Does it matter if we use this to the dollar, or you wanna round it to 130, you wanna say 126, 9, and 367?
I would just round, I'd say
I'd
130.
round it.
I would too,
So
that's fine.
177? Is that what that adds up to?
130.
130?
What?
We're gonna pull 130 out of general. That makes this number go to 225, and then that gives you the difference for material.
Oh, I see. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But this would be 130.
And brings the total up to 225.
Yes, this
Got it.
number would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
225, and whatever that difference is, put it in a material line
Right.
item somewhere.
Right.
Alright, so use that, so right now, we're kind of like at a middle, basically, right? I mean, as far as the year end, we
Yeah.
got $1 million in the
Yeah,
flat.
correct.
You remember what we were down to before when we pulled?
No, but that's not a bad number. The question is, do we wanna stop there? Do we want to bring more money in for Goff Road, or, we didn't spend all of last year's money, not because we didn't want to, because we just couldn't get things done.
Right.
Um,
We can get some things done.
I would hate to be able to get things done and not have the money.
Be held up. Yeah, so we can
So do we
always-
wanna, this is the time to consider, do we wanna do another 50 for
Right, I mean,
prep?
this is also a time to consider, just like a little bit more work on Thomas Road or.
Well, you've got all that budgeted in there under gravel now. I
Yeah.
mean, you know what I mean? So, all that stuff that's a go, period.
Yeah. I've gotten well, that
That's why I
riprap
hate
that
how
was
we-
worked on, yeah.
That's why I hate how, and I know why we've done it for all these years, but to me, roads ought to be one bucket, and there's gravel, and there's pavement, and then there's contractor. It shouldn't be summer roads, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Because everybody's trying to decipher,
So
oh, wait a minute, you're
specific.
spending my
Yeah, yeah,
$20,000.
yeah.
It's only supposed to be used on the
Because
gravel road.
at the end of it, all that matters is that bottom line.
100%.
That's right.
That's all that matters is that bottom line.
We were very close last year to paving in town. We couldn't
But we
we had to
couldn't.
coordinate with the water district and all
Yeah.
that. That's, again, that has to be done.
Uh-huh.
If we think we could get it done, I'd be open to pulling more money and putting 150,000 into in town.
Is that what the number
But
was for?
I don't, I
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
I
Do you
don't,
remember?
That was about right, but that was a couple of years ago, yeah.
Same deal though, you know what we need for
Prep.
sidewalks,
correct,
ditching.
but it never happens if we don't ever,
No, I know. I'm okay to roll another 100 just to try to,
Let's make it
Let's
230,
do it.
230?
because I mean, you can, either way, there's more to do on Silver's Mills that needs to be done, there's more to do in town.
there's, yeah,
Golf road.
It could be
it's
used.
all about getting it done.
Yeah.
You don't use it, it's still there.
That's
Yeah, it's just gonna
that's
roll.
true.
All right, so make it 230, all right.
It's not a lack of work and it's not a lack of money.
I was thinking that we've done this before and gotten to the 750 number.
I thought we had two.
That's why I was wondering if you remember.
But I do think we typically, we pull and we don't use it all.
100%.
So, we can come back to this, but the other big number is if we end up putting an actual proposal on the town office. Is, you know, how are you gonna structure that? Are you gonna finance half of it and pull half of it? Are you gonna pull all of it? I mean, that's,
Well, that's why
so that's, and that would kind of play with it. I mean,
I was thinking that when we hit the 900, not 750, because I don't want to pull a lot there because we know that other project's coming. And we're going to want to, whichever way we decide. I don't know which way.
we can, and I've tried to get a hold of him, I haven't had a conversation with him yet, but if he could give us a ballpark, if he thought, yeah, between 250 and 300 is a number where that's a reasonable expectation, then we could present it.
Right.
But we need, I don't know that that is a reasonable number.
Did we actually get a number anywhere in the budget so we have funds available in case we need them for things like to get to that?
No,
No.
we haven't even, it's not even an item.
I've got 25 in there for the engineering and contracting.
Right,
And that's
yeah.
it, yeah.
But that's what I meant right there.
Yeah. that's
But
it.
if we could come up with a ballpark, then we could present it at a town meeting, we don't have to go back, you know, for another town meeting to, so. And we still have time, he just hasn't, I haven't been able to talk to him. So I guess, I mean, and that might impact how much we're willing
Right, yeah.
to pull.
Correct. That's why I'm pretty sure we've been to 750 in the past, but I don't know if, knowing that we got roads to do and we might be doing that, we might want to hang back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because I don't really, I would prefer to take as much of that out of general as we can so we don't have to borrow a ton.
Yeah, I mean, borrow money's crazy now,
Right.
particularly if you have it. So maybe we go light,
Yep.
and we can change it right up to 7 days before. You know, if we decide that,
Worst case, we can have a special.
Right.
yeah,
But-
And it's
It's
really
not
not,
the ideal,
it's
but-
not that hard to get a special done either.
okay, so I think that's not a bad approach.
So do we need to prepare an article for, in case we do that? Mike, if we get a number?
Wouldn't be bad to think about the wording.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have the
Right.
language, but,
So that we can
it's pretty.
plug it in there.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but anyway, so we can plug it in if we, at the last minute, if we have a number and we want to try and do that.
Because I could always send everything over to the printer to get ready for the town report, other than just the warrant, and say that would be in a day or two, and they could. The warrant's always, well, next to the last one.
We can always print too, and if something happens, we can do a little one-sheet amendment, stuff it in the motion.
Yeah, because we've done that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I don't wanna hold,
right,
you know
yeah.
what I mean, everything
Yeah, yeah.
up, and then,
Yeah, because the key part is just making sure that it's posted 7 days prior, and you can amend it.
one thing too, I don't know if Guilford actually reduced how many books they're printing this year, but I noticed they posted on Facebook and shared it about, their book is online.
Ours is too.
No, I know that, but you know what I mean, just trying to get more people to,
Right.
use
to
their.
know it and use it, and so down the road.
And we have
maybe
reduced
can use it.
hours, we've gone from 350 down to 200.
Yeah,
And the
that's good.
200 works out well, they're all giving out 350 more.
Good.
And I guess it's Article 37 and 38 that we talked about, and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to our attorney about how the moderator might present this. Her original suggestion was if X, then Y, and she agreed that it probably would be simpler to simply, Article 37 is the ordinance. If it passes, then you simply pass over the next question because it's moot. And she thought that that was a good way to do that, so. So you and I, Dale and I just need to agree to advance both the ordinance, which is Article 37, and the moratorium, which is Article 38. I make a motion that we do that.
Second.
In favor? We're both in favor.
Okay, can we back up?
Yes.
Article 35. Didn't we change that last year, so we're putting all of those same type of roads in the same verbiage every year, just so we don't forget about them?
There was some adjustment like that.
yeah, 'cause
Was
this
it-
is, this is exactly the way it's been for the last couple of years.
No, we changed it last year. For sure.
Do you have last year's book?
Where we weren't plowing and we plowed
No, I don't.
Yeah, there was, is this from last
West
year?
Road,
Yeah,
right?
This
it
is
is.
from last year.
This is from last year's.
Mm,
But do you want me to combine, you want me to combine 36 and 38?
no.
You thought it was more
We have
specific.
other roads that fall under this bucket that we're not talking about in that article.
What are they?
Is it West Road? Come in by Cleves off the corner? Where we're plowing that?
We do plow that.
We do call that.
But I think it's the same, wasn't it the same as this? Because where we weren't voting on it all the time? Or did that just fall off and now we're just gonna plow it forever?
That one we're doing
Oh, okay, never
all the
mind
time.
that.
In fact, we put a lot of fill in there last year.
Is that the road you were talking about?
Yeah.
Have you
Still
heard how that
held up
whole,
well. Huh?
have you heard how that's holding up?
Yes, a gentleman came in the other day, says it's great. They said it's really holding up well. They're very happy with what was done on that one.
I didn't go down.
Line Road? Line Road?
Did you say something?
We went down there tonight, that's pretty bad.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Dover side. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Actually, there's all kinds of stuff all over Facebook about that, and that's what it's all being talked about right now.
Who owns what?
But the majority of the warrant is just, everything that
Right,
we
plug
normally
and
put
play,
in.
it's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing we're kind of chuckling a little about it, but Anderson's the same way, Brockway's the same way.
I
And a
mean,
lot
I
of these
could-
roads we put decent gravel on, like the line road. That's got more good gravel in it than any road in Dover and Sangerville put together. But I think Dover's done the same thing as we have, is we've made our sand pile a little hotter. So we're putting more salt out there, so as soon as that sun hits that's starting to melt it. And I think we've kind of created our own.
Wow.
So I wonder when it comes time to mixing our salt, if we ought to talk to Chris and Warren about that. Because these, like Anderson, that's wet. You wait another couple of weeks, that thing will be that'll be a sheet of white. That'll be hard to rock again, and they're just drying 10 times faster where we're putting so much salt in.
Do you feel that we should add that to that?
No, I remember now. I remember what I was talking about. It was me, I screwed up.
No, we're not gonna have anything with regard to, permitting. Doesn't look like there's any language ready for that. Building permit. Any sort of
Actually do
teeth,
an ordinance.
yeah. We also need to, I think we pretty much landed on what we're gonna pull from the general. but
Right.
We need to
and
get
then
back
I'm
to
gonna
the
reach
budget
out.
committee, yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna reach out to the budget committee.
I don't imagine they're gonna have, they're not gonna like the fact that we're at 19,
No,
but we don't like it either.
No, I mean, I think we leave it where we're at. If they wanna try to reduce it, if they wanna propose pulling more out, we can talk about it, but I don't think I want to.
No, I think it's pretty bare.
Yep.
and then, like I said, these are just, these numbers can change a little bit, so.
Right, what I'm afraid of is that Betty number changes the wrong way.
Oh,
That's really what, gonna be the worst one.
where's that?
Well, the Betty's only going down.
That's what I'm saying, it's
Yeah.
not gonna go up.
Yeah, no,
No.
we're gonna
And
lose
there's
some
a
money
chance
there.
it's-
I mean,
We're gonna lose it, so.
it wasn't a tremendous amount of money, cause it's
No,
not
it
a big
wasn't.
line, but.
No, it isn't.
The homestead portion adjusts itself. We don't, there's no, people just don't get it.
Right.
Backing up a little bit, Dale, on the solar ordinance, it's possible that we will get another version of Article 37 that allows the select board some latitude on the annual inspection fee. The way it is right now, it's carved in stone. It's over X number of square feet.
Sure.
Everything over that is 50 cents, blah, 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 blah. The thought was, we've never done this. We don't know how many hours our code enforcement's gonna have. We don't know how much
Yep.
these engineers are gonna cost. And so our formula, our attorney believes, is very safe in the sense that the town is not gonna come up short.
Right.
But it's possible that after looking at it, we might say, gee, we don't need 50 cents.
Yep.
We could get away with 20.
Yep.
Or, so, we may get an article that gives that latitude to us, and as long as we change it within 7 days, you and I have to meet and do that, but that variable is out there. I'm not overly panicked about it, because year one, if we go with the structure, and then next year we could say, okay, we found out we need latitude, and
Right.
code enforcement only needs 5 hours, or whatever, so.
Right.
But I just want, that variable is on the record, and she is working on it, so.
But that's the other piece that, I mean, as we talked about, there's all kinds of hidden costs that we don't know about, but that's the other side of it is, we don't know down the road how much of an investment code enforcement is gonna have to have involved in it, so what we pay for a stipend right now compared to what you.
Oh, yeah, clearly,
You know what I mean?
now, I mean, if you have a 2-acre lot, but if he's investing 10 hours a year in inspections, you gotta compensate it.
Correct, that's what I mean.
And same, she was talking about, these engineers, these electrical engineers, all of a sudden, they're rock stars.
Oh, yeah.
Where you had quite a supply of them 10 years ago, you might find it's pretty hard to get one 2 years from now. So you may have to pay up. So it's all something everybody's learning together, but, so anyway, I don't know that we'll even wanna entertain that before town meeting, but if we like it and we wanna swap it out, we can. It just gives us, I think it makes it look like we're dealing in good faith, we're just trying to
Sure,
protect the town.
that's all it is.
Yeah. So, I do know that under the current provisions, the current formula, there are commercial solar entities that exist under those rules today, so it is possible. So, anyway, that's, I don't have anything else with that. Anything else on this warrant?
No? That's anything else.
All right. So what did we decide? Did we agreed on that amount?
For that line?
Yeah,
230, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
total.
Let's,
Yeah.
let's go with that.
Okay.
It didn't change, our mill rate will be roughly 19,
Yep.
and you'll reach out to the planning board so they
Okay.
know?
The budget committee.
The budget committee, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yep. And then hopefully I can get this right to the printers on Friday.
Super. Okay.
This one's for the super. Right. Is that right?
Yeah. And that's how it prints now, so if you want to review and make sure there's no, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I will do that. I'll let you know tomorrow.
Item 7, town manager report,
None, because I'm just,
road commissioners.
I think we've hit pretty much the roads
Okay.
already.
Any select board concerns? Either of you good? All good?
Just have, just one, it's not a concern, but I noticed that the Senate was having hearings on, hearings, and there's a bill being proposed for fire departments. And I think the bill's gonna pass. I don't know for sure, but we may wanna reach out to Susan Collins and say, you know, it's for, I wrote down what because I was,
Well, there's a ton of money already in the
Yeah.
bucket every year that you just gotta apply for.
equipment, training and staff,
Sure,
yeah.
every year.
Yeah, so, you know.
They've gotta do the paperwork for it.
Yep, yeah.
But yeah,
So-
every year that comes up.
We might want to talk to Chad. I've been communicating with
With
Chad.
Chad.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I'll,
okay.
I'll.
Yeah, so you continue
I'll
to
do
do
it,
that.
I'll do it.
The only good and the bad about that is that kinda gets to where we're at right now, because we got that bucket of money. And so we bought all kinds of stuff. And then, let's fast forward 15 years and all that stuff is expiring, and you don't have that big bucket of money anymore. So, I mean, it's good to get it, don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, but
Mhm.
that's the bad part, is you don't have a cycle going, you lose your cycle. So,
Well, I'm working on, you know, getting donations as well. So we'll, anyway, I hear what you're saying. But I will run by Chad and let them see what they can accomplish.
What's your next meeting? What are you thinking?
We have one, next Wednesday,
Okay,
April 5th, so you guys can actually sign the warrant, and then I post it Thursday.
okay.
So it will all go to the printer
We're
Friday.
good, right?
Make a
Okay.
motion to adjourn.
Yeah. All in favor? It's 4:38. We are adjourned.